So just to recap from earlier stream Artist Sound show a little bit earlier today, I started this beat right here inside of Studio 13, and I was digging it to the point where I just had to finish it, and I had a little chance to actually complete it, and I wanted to show you guys the outcome. So I'm gonna show you what I did and kind of break it down as we go along. So here goes. ksound.com. 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 All right, so that's pretty much the outcome of what I came up with. So on the show, the first thing that I came up with was this here, ksound.com. All right, let me mute my voice tag down here. All right, so this was the first thing. Let's mute this here. The whole idea behind this was to so the first sound was actually a sound coming from the Mai Tai here. All right, so if I hit the key soft and then get louder, it has a different effect each time you lay your finger on the key, right? So just depending on how hard you press on the key, you get it. So what I did was I used that to the best of my advantage, and knowing that I get a different sound, I immediately knew that I can get a filter effect type thing going on here. So instead of going each note by note, you know what I mean, and trying to get the levels right, all I did was I used a tool here. You have to make sure you select all of them. That's something I kind of discovered on the earlier show, but you have to make sure you highlight them all and then select this tool here. And so that's what I did, and I kind of drew a line all the way up here, and that's kind of how I got my velocity perfect each time, just going up in the slope, all right, or going up a hill. So and it created this really cool filter effect, kind of breaking out, getting louder. I probably would add a little more to this just to kind of help fill it out some. It just sounds a little naked to me even now, but so that's what I did for that. And let's unmute this. And to be honest, this is actually just a sample that I pulled over here from the loop section here. I visit my electronic tab here and just went all the way down to effects, and the risers is what I was looking for. And if you play them, you can kind of hear. And I just went with this one here because I felt like it just felt good to me. I'm gonna go ahead and relabel it now. So that's what I came up with, and then the drums and everything else I say for the most part in this section. This was already created. I did this during the show. One of my buddies asked me, "What is that synth you're using? Your chords?" it's a mixture of some of everything. I got something going on in Synthmaster, and I really don't remember what sound this is. I really don't. This was like and I just label them what I think it sounds close to. This is like a synth bell to me. It's probably not, but it's got that, it's got that type of vibe. This probably should be labeled something else. I don't like that name. And then just by mistake, this came around. This is actually chords, like all I was trying to do was thicken up the chords right here and just make them thick, and introduce different elements that help make it, just bring a little bit more to it, help fill it up in this section. And by doing that, I stumbled across something that I thought was pretty dope, and I was like, man, let me go ahead and just bounce that out right away. And I just labeled it Sirens because it just reminds me of some type of siren sound. So and that's what I did with that. And yeah, what did I do? I think I panned this. Yeah, I panned it like slightly to the left. You know what I mean? It's in the background. You hardly notice it's there, but it just makes total sense for what I was trying to go for anyways. And this is a simple kit that I built inside of Impact here. Simple pattern groove here. Nothing spectacular. But what I end up adding later on, I just, I was like, what if I add some type of marching band type thing going on here? So I pulled in Battery 4, and I got this marching concept. Just, at first I went for this, right in the middle before it comes in pretty hard right there. But then I was like, man, let me, if I'm bringing that in, I might as well just bring in the whole percussion section right there. So I brought that in, add a compressor, and kind of smash a little bit just to, it's a lot of gain reduction going on right there. But it was the sound that I'm going for. Pan it slightly to the right. The way that it fits in the mix, to me, to my ears, I like exactly what it's doing. So before that, it was giving me like, it was like everything was all over the place. So this is more of a glue sound, tighten it up or whatever. Then I sent it to the open air reverb. Don't know if you can really hear the reverb that much. Yeah. And of course, this is the strings. So, I have a mixture of Kontakt and Presence going on here. And like both of them together just brings like this beautiful finish touch to the song. There was something that I did. It was kind of crazy. I was looking for like some type of trill or something going on right here, and I was able to pull it off, but using Kontakt, and I use I believe it was string sex. No, it was Action Strings. I use Action Strings. I think I deleted all of the MIDI work. But anyway, I think I can just go back to it and see what it was. One of these. I don't necessarily remember. But basically, I was in here just searching for something. You know, you can go in and change around the way that they play. But to be honest with you, I forgot which one I went to, which one I used. I really don't remember. But it was something like that. I switched to something. And what I was able to do was just bounce that one part out. No, not that part. It's this here. It's real short and choppy, but in the mix you don't really notice, but it sound good. You know what I mean? Just like that. You feel me? So it's like if you solo it, it's like, what the heck is that? But you know, it worked for what I was for what we doing here. And then, you know, I ended with the, you know, some strings here. I just took I believe this was Contact, and I just end everything on a tonic, which is 1 or D. Yeah. Yep. So, and this is legato strings here. Kind of help bring the song to a halt. You know, just my approach. My approach when doing that was to you know, bring some type of difference. You know what I mean? Because for a while it was is kind of repetitive. So, you know, that's what I was saying or sharing in my early show today. When you working with, you know, stuff like this, even though it's not that long, you still want to make it interesting. But when you know, you don't want to make your cues extra busy. You know, I want to make that clear. You don't want to just throw everything in there and just, you know what I mean, go bananas with all sounds and effects and stuff. It has to make sense, you know. It still has to make sense, but yet make it interesting for your listeners. So everything else is pretty much self-explanatory here. I added a choir sound. And this choir comes from Contact. This is a Contact choir sound. And I did a little tweaking to get it to, you know, my liking or whatever. Yeah. So I still have the MIDI information. The instrument here. Yeah. So this gave me that majestic, you know what I mean, that, you know, make your, you know, what the other strings are doing, it makes it bigger, you know. So, you know, this is what the strings are doing. Right? Add them, you know. Yep. So that's the concept behind that. I thought I had something else going on right there. Yeah. Presence. So presence is going on as well. You know what? I'm glad I found that, because earlier I'm like, man, what? It sounded like I was hitting the wrong note somewhere. Now I found it. Okay. So we're going to fix that. There we go. Majestic. That was a majestical ending. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I came up with. And then, of course, when you trying to show people your work, and you might be worried about copyright issues, and if somebody will steal your idea, that type of thing, you can always put a tag on your stuff and upload a snippet or whatever. So this is what I'm doing. This will go up on SoundCloud eventually, and so I just tagged it up. ksound.com. Ksound. Let me show you what I did with this bass. This is what I thought was pretty unique, and I'll also show this. Actually, this was something I just stumbled across by mistake. Actually, I actually wasn't going for this bass sound, but it really worked for what I was. It worked, it made sense. And the way that I did this was I had to go to the automation, and I believe it was, let me make that. I had to go to automation, and I wanted to articulate that, or like a decline in, making it go an octave lower. That's all I was trying to do. Make it go an octave lower, and I was able to do that by coming in here in the automation and selecting pitch bend, and so I clicked there, and I got stuck there for a second on the show, but basically I figured it out. I figured out that all the instruments inside of Massive, this is an instrument from Massive, by the way. All the instruments in there doesn't pitch bend, so I got hung up for a second on the show, but we figured it out. We went to an instrument that was able to pitch bend, and all I did was create a note here and then create another one here, and pretty much pitch bend, and left let's see, bar 9 to the second beat of bar 9 here, and then we kind of pushed it Ksound. So and I just totally zoned out when I came up with that. I was like, man, that's dope. That's really dope. But I could do that just hitting the pitch bend here, on my my keyboard. Oh, that's too low. You know what I mean? I could have did it like that. And so yeah. You're probably doing it like that would have created like a bunch of notes, whatever. But to make it clean, I went this route. So yeah, it worked. It definitely worked, and I think that's all I want to show you guys. This is actually my first time kind of diving a little bit deeper into the automation stuff, kind of exposing some of the things that I do, and then some things that I've never discovered before. And just like I say, fumbled across that stuff on the show, which is pretty cool. Like, I love doing stuff like that. I mean, yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it, because when I make mistakes, it actually benefits me. Like I just told you guys before, like this here, the siren it wasn't necessarily a mistake. It was just something that happened as I was trying to find the next sound to lay, as far as the chords and stuff. And the siren just, it was like, whoa, that's bananas, right? So yep, I'm just realizing, is my crash, are they muted? Oh, they were. That's the MIDI. So that created a stupid phasing that was nasty. ksound.com. I can actually delete this crash here. I don't need it anymore. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of the outcome. This is the outcome of what we was working on the 82. It was ASU number 82. If you guys want to look at that and kind of see how I stumbled, across something like this. All right. So it's been fun. I guess this will be like the first tutorial like this in 2016. Isn't that wonderful? It's your boy Ella. Music is art. You're the artist. Paint your picture.